Ryan, let's get into the overreactions of the preseason already. 1 week, but they're already out there, and both for our Lions and the rest of the NFL. What are some of your favorites of these crazies?
Oh man, Trey Lance is the MVP now. We talked a little bit before on the show about Jimmy Garoppolo and how it seemed like they were kind of unceremoniously kicking him out, and even that story came out today, I think on ESPN, where after he got his big contract, he just like ghosted the coaches, and nobody could find him. So, I guess with that being said, Trey Lance seemed like he was pretty sweet in his in his debut there, and if the Niners are correct, like in their assessment of Trey Lance and why they went up and drafted him, that's it's a Super Bowl looking team.
Well, I mean, and that's what boggled my mind when this move came down, is that the Niners are this far away from making the Super Bowl. They have a very potent and destructive running offense, a very good defense that keeps them in games all the time, and you don't really know for sure how good he is quarterback with Jimmy Garoppolo. His record says he's really good when he's healthy. He's had issues staying healthy. He's had issues making the right reads and throwing the ball to the right spots, but you saw what the Niners were able to do, and they just said, nope, we made our decision last year. It's Trey Lance. This is Trey Lance's team. Now we just got to find some team to get our former quarterback out of here. And so, yeah, I mean, Trey Lance played well against the Packers in the preseason game, and, he was out there for a while, unlike a lot of starting quarterbacks out there, but he's in a completely different situation than most of the starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Even guys like Mac Jones, and Trevor Lawrence, who, they did this last year. Trey Lance didn't really do this last year. He came in for some gimmicky stuff, with Jimmy G, but it wasn't, here's your team, go run the offense. So now he has to do that, and this is his time to do that. So, yeah, he obviously played well. He played more than I think any other starter at pretty much any position over the over week 1 of the preseason, and he didn't disappoint. But I mean, come on now, you call someone an MVP or even close to it after one preseason game? Yeah, that's a hell of an overreaction.
Look, dude, he's got the tools to do it. He can run too. We love our MVPs.
Apparently, no more just pocket passers for you.
And there's going to be, a whole lot of wins we expect from San Francisco.
Out of the Niners, yes, not out of the Lions.
No, not out of the Lions. I mean, I don't think the Lions really had any overreactions, honestly. Like, not that I've heard, not that I've seen, because the one overreaction I guess you would have is like, oh, Aiden Hutchinson's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, but he was already probably like top 3 favorite to do that anyway, and I think most of the Lions fans who are excited about Aiden Hutchinson probably thought he was going to win that award before the first preseason game even happened. And, I mean, that game, of course, didn't do anything to dampen their hopes about that, but I haven't seen anyone, go crazy, even as it regards to the Lions preseason game.
Hang on. You're telling me you haven't seen the hashtag Goff Army out there talking about 75% pass completions, lead them right down the field for a touchdown? No stopping. It's comeback season for.
That happened before. That happened before the first preseason game, and yeah, you can get your Goff Army in Goff We Trust shirts on Detroit Sports Nation. So go to the website. I'm sure there's a merch link somewhere. They should be up there.
I don't care what anybody says. Obviously it's not going to be Goff Air Force joke was hilarious. But y'all suck. Man can't throw the ball. So why would it be the Air Force? Gotta be the Army.
Buy your shirts. Promo code.
I hope that we got to let them know. Yep. There you go. Promo code Griffin and Bass. We'll make it work for both the ampersand and the AND. So take your pick. We'll have to get that up there.
That'll be a sign.
There's going to be a.
Keep it moving.
There's going to be an extra 50% fee on your cart when you check out for putting that promo code in. But the proceeds all go to us, so we appreciate it.
Extra fee.
All right, so Trey Lance, running for the MVP. Let's see, what else did we see from the craziness?
We saw Baltimore win 21 preseason games in a row. that's not an overreaction. That's just one of the craziest statistics that I've ever heard in my entire life. Malik Willis, again, just speaking of quarterbacks, because I guess that's probably where the most of the overreaction comes from. Malik Willis had that dazzling play where he's turning around and he ends up running in for the touchdown. His passing numbers were pretty good as well. I think 6'4", 11 for like 107 yards. So lot of yards in the air there for Malik Willis. Apparently Mike Vrabel didn't like what he saw. He said, they pulled him, and he said it's because we wanted him to throw the ball. And obviously he wasn't doing that, but he finished with more yards than his backup who came in and threw like 24 times and completed 14 of his passes, and Malik Willis still had more yards than whoever that guy was. And then even Desmond Ridder against the Lions, man, he looked really good outside of one pick that got called back because of the Jared Davis like roughing the passer call. But like Devin Ridder looked really good. Again, it was against the Lions, but he looked pretty good.
And we got other quarterback situations going on. The Baker Sam Darnold situation going on. I mean, there's news all the time coming out. That very first practice. Here were Darnold's stats. Here's Baker's stats. It looks, according to the game at least, it's
like Cade and JJ McCarthy.
It's looking like Baker is going to be taking that top spot as of right now. Again, we got 2 more weeks of preseason to find out, but it looks like it's Baker that's got a slight edge over Sam Darnold right now for the Carolina starting job. The Pittsburgh starting job, I don't know if we know anything better there yet either between Mitch and now Kenny. Obviously, it's not going to be Mason Rudolph if they're talking about sending his ass out. Yeah. So it's the rookie or it's Trubisky. I'm expecting Mitch is going to be starting at quarterback, this season for Pittsburgh. Yeah. But I also halfway expect that by week 11 we might see Kenny Pickett in the role.
Yeah, so I think you're spot on. I'd be shocked if Mitch wasn't the week 1 starter, but I'd probably be shocked if he was like the week 12 starter.
I mean,
so I think we will see Kenny Pickett take it over. I just don't think it's.
Yeah, it's all about what we see with it's the Steelers. The Steelers are expected to be good, whether they're good or not. They just have that, that air about them, that expectation about them from their fan base. They have weapons. Najee Harris is a hell of a running back, and it looks like George Pickens, right? Is the wide receiver?
Yeah, man. Oh, it's talking about overreactions. Hold on, that's the perfect call out.
Hey, the boy balled out. Taking it to defensive backs, knocking them on their ass. Hell of a catch in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. The dude's balling, and it doesn't matter who's quarterback there for Pittsburgh. When you got someone like that helping out offensively, if he turns out to be that against the number ones, it's a hell of a pickup.
That little shove thing is like his signature too, because I'm pretty sure he did that in the college football playoff against Michigan. Where he told somebody to come here and he just...
What wasn't it? I think it was Daxton. I thought it was Daxton that he knocked on his ass. I think it was Daxton Hill that he knocked on his ass.
And I didn't watch the Bengals game, but I saw people on Michigan Twitter talking about Daxton Hill, I guess, looked pretty good in his preseason game against the Bengals. Or with the Bengals. I didn't see it. But obviously, guys like to follow, their college players, especially when they're rookies. So Daxton played well. I actually watched the Steelers game, and Connor Hayward had a nice catch, and he had, I think, a tackle on special teams too. And of course, they're talking about him because he's Cam Hayward's brother. And then I watched that game for Kenneth Walker as well, who I thought ran pretty well, but didn't get a whole lot of opportunities. I think he only had 5 carries, and one of them was for negative yardage. Not his fault. The line just kind of collapsed. So his overall numbers, I think it was 5 carries for 19 yards, and then he had an 11-yard reception too. But I thought he ran better than what his numbers suggested.
I'm trying to think of any of the rookies that we needed to.
And him and Travis Homer split some time.
You can edit this part. I'm trying to think.
But yeah, man, Pickens looked unbelievable.
Hell of a coming out party.
They're really good. And that was you're right. Honestly, that's probably the biggest week 1 overreaction because I think that was a nationally televised game. I think that happened on one of the NFL Network games. yeah, he just like it was an insane catch, and then obviously he had it where he was pushing the guy over. So yeah, all stock up for George Pickens that after week 1 of the preseason.
All right, I think that's going to do it for overreactions.
Hey, Ryan Griffin here. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Griffin and Bass. Be sure to give us your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to click the bell to receive the latest notifications from DSN and subscribe for breaking news, community blogs, polls, contests, and other content.